This week, it's all about potato salad. We've got a whole food plant-based potato salad. You will be surprised what the secret ingredient is in our sauce. And then we got a loaded baked potato salad for Joe. Join us in a second. Hi, welcome back to One Dish, Two Ways. I'm Sheila and Joe's behind the camera. I eat whole food plant-based or as close as I can to it. Joe eats standard American diet, and we show you that it's really not that hard if you're eating two different ways in your household to make things, similar ingredients. So today is all about potato salad. We are now officially into summer. This video should go out after Memorial Day. So you need a good potato salad recipe. So we have been making the one that Joe eats for since we had the sub shop, years and years and years. So we're going to start with that one because it's pretty basic and it's easy to do, but you'll see that we share ingredients. So, and you'll see that the potato levels are different. So this is 3 pounds of potatoes. 2 pounds approximately is here and 1 pound here. These are red potatoes that I just cut into chunks. I washed them, cut them into chunks, and then I put them in the Instapot for 5 minutes with a cup of water. And then when the Instapot said it was done, I let it naturally release for the 10 minutes. And then I let out the air. And then I just let them sit until we were here. So they're warm, but they're by no means hot. We personally like our potatoes well done. Sometimes we get potato salad in the store. We think the potatoes are not done enough. So we probably go a little more than what you might want to. So keep that in mind. But I am making this for myself and a coworker to eat for a couple of meals. So that's why I did more. Joe's the only one eating this one. So he didn't want like a massive amount, which I totally understand. So we're going to start with his. We've got the red potatoes. These are proportions that you want for yours, totally up to you. So we've got some grated Colby Jack cheese here. We have got the infamous bacon in the bag that you get. We've been using on this on a couple videos now because it just lasts for a while. But this is what we call loaded baked potato salad. He does want a little bit of celery, so I give him probably about 1/4 cup of the celery. And he does not want green onions. Back when I ate this, we did put green onions because I really like green onions. So it's going to go over here. Relish. We like the sweet pickle relish. Pour some of that in. We don't measure that. And then we like good old yellow mustard for this. And then we just need some mayo. There we go. So I'm down low here. So I'm just going to put in a couple of scoops and then I'm going to start stirring. Need to add a couple spices and then we'll see if we need to add more. So we're going to add in some black pepper. You know, we're fans of black pepper around here. And I'm going to add in a little bit of garlic powder. And I'm not going to add in any salt or anything. Joe can salt it when he gets ready to eat it if he thinks that it needs it. So the other reason I like to do it when the potatoes are still warm is because then they kind of mush better, which like I said, that's what we like is when they mush a little bit. You can use gold potatoes. If you're going to use the russets, at least for us, I will peel the russets, but I don't peel if it's going to be the gold or the reds. The reds is what I decided to go with this week, but you can do whichever you want. Joe, do you want more mayonnaise or how do you think this looking? Okay. So again, you can add any kind of cheese. If you've got some leftover pepper jack, you could add that if you want a zing to it. If you had ham instead of bacon, you could add that to it. You could also add hard-boiled egg if you want, but because this is like a loaded baked potato salad, that's why we didn't add I think we have added it before, but we're not today. So there's Joe, so he'll try his in a second. So for mine, we're going to add the rest of the celery. We need much more celery in this one. We're definitely going to add pickle relish, the same as the other one. And I want green onions. I love the onion flavor. Definitely want the pickle relish. So I'm going to put these down in what I think we used as far as measurements, but definitely Potato salad's one, add what you think you'd want and then taste it, and then you can always add more. You can't take it away, so keep that in mind. We're going to add some garlic. And you might be thinking, pepper. And you might be thinking, well, Sheila, what about your dressing? Well, this time, I've made different kinds of creamy dressings on here, but I want to do a fat-free dressing. So I'm going to use canned white beans. So these are ones I had made. These are Great Northerns. It does not matter which ones. I had them in the freezer because I had made a big batch a couple months ago. And I'm going to turn this into our mayo. But of course, I've got to have something that's going to make this creamy. So I add some liquid so that these will start pulsating. I don't have any lemon juice, which is what a lot of the recipes called. And I don't know how I missed that on my grocery list, but I did. So we are going to use pickle juice instead to help give us that, get it going so it'll turn into creamy. We also want to add a little bit of vinegar because if you make mayonnaise from scratch, I think it's lemon juice, a little bit of vinegar, and egg, I believe is like the basic recipe. Chose oil and egg, but it is still some vinegar and lemon juice, I'm pretty sure. So I am going to add, this is a teaspoon of a white vinegar. I don't want to add any, this is an oregano, so it won't add a ton of flavor. And then I'm going to add probably, this is dill, so we like dill. I know I did the sweet relish. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of this. Pickle juice has a lot of flavor to it. I think that should be enough. I can always come back and let you guys know if I had to add another tablespoon. It's got that little bit of salt. It's got that little bit of twang to it. So you can, I think I used it on one video. I think I used it for crispy potatoes as like my liquid to hold the seasoning on it. So definitely don't forget about using pickle juice for something. So let me take this over to the blender and get this blended, and I'll be back as soon as I get it done. Welcome back. So there we have the finished product. So I did need to add another tablespoon of pickle juice. Then Joe reminded me I forgot the mustard in ours, so I added it in here. That's why it's got that yellow hue. And then I added a tablespoon of water. And once I got all that, then I was able to get this delicious, thick, wonderful mayonnaise goo. I did try it to make sure that it had good flavor. It does. It tastes the pickles. I do not taste the beans, which is the best part. This is a fat-free way of doing it. So let me mix this up. The other thing I was thinking about this could be a great, if I don't use all this could be a great salad. I mean, not salad, a sandwich spread is this sauce that I just made, this mayonnaise, fat-free mayonnaise. So, oh my goodness, this is coming together so nicely. Look, that seems very creamy. I'm not sure I'm going to need to add any more, which means I'll have extra for another dish this week. Okay, I think I'm going to add a little bit more pepper because I like it extra pepper. And Joe, if you want to go ahead and get our forks so we can give these a try. I'm going to add a little bit more garlic because I do like the garlic. Let me move Joe's over here. So we're not quite at mealtime or anything, but he's going to serve his, what'd you say? You were going to make a burger? Probably. Yeah. And mine's going to go with meatloaf and some green beans. So let's give this a try. I'm going to get a little bit of everything. Celery. That is phenomenal. So, again, we shared a lot of the same ingredients. We shared the potatoes, the celery, the pickle relish, the mustard. He just added some extra stuff to his, and I made a mayo for ours. That simple, that easy. So let us know in the comments, do you make potato salad, and what is your secret or what's your special recipe that you use? Because we might want to use that in a later time when we make our another, because there'll be more potato salad over the summer. I can guarantee that. So thank you all so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.